Hello folks, this is me, the Trash Man here. Today I'm going to be talking about the Game Awards, since this has kind of been a yearly thing for me, I'll be honest with you. So, before I get into it, I'm just going to say I completed the early access of Path of Exile 2. It took me about 40 hours to get through. Absolutely incredible. The final boss was really hard. It took me the most attempts out of any boss in the game, which was about 5. Which I know you may be like, how is that hard? Well, listen, I am a Souls warrior who has taken no less than 5 attempts, no more than 5 attempts on each boss in that game. I think like I'm a Souls warrior. But yeah, I beat the game with a warrior. I'll be honest with you, like. Granted, I did start getting annoyed at Act 3 because I didn't spec into the skill that gets rid of evasion from enemies. See, I was annoyed from Act 3 because a lot of enemies would start evading my attacks. But I got a skill that just removed my crits, but it gave me 100% accuracy, and that made it so much better and more manageable. I'm just gonna say I don't get people complaining about the difficulty. I get people somewhat complaining about the drops, although the drops are way better now. I have been getting stuff like crazy. Um, but yeah, no, I personally don't get the arguments that the game is too hard. I mean, granted, it might just be a small minority, but I really don't think the game is that hard. I think it's well, I think you do die a lot, but I don't think it's in a way that's like it's ever annoying. Except for like, if you get like a rare enemy who has like 5 different enchantments who just one-shots you, that might be a bit annoying. Yeah, no. Absolutely loved it. Cannot wait for full release. I'm gonna be continuing playing that game through every single class that's available right now, since 6 more are on the way for full release. So that's gonna be exciting. But now it's time to get into Game Awards and get off this tangent. Game Awards were fun. I liked the music a lot. Granted, I know people don't go to the Game Awards for the music, but like, was it 21 Pilots was absolutely fucking killing it. Or I forget the guy's name, but nah, when they got into the Arcane section, dude, that stuff popped off. That performance was really good. Same with the Flute guy. Flute guy is always the goat. But shoot, I actually really enjoyed Game Awards this year. I was glad that there was a lot of games that from old like Turok and all that stuff that is getting brought back, or Orimushi or whatever it's called, Orimushi. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it, man. Like, was it? Then there was the first Berserker. Oh shoot, they revealed something. Oh yeah, Witcher 4. I need to get into Witcher 3, but I'm hyped for the fans of it. But that is cool. I do have Witcher 3. I've just played it for like 10 minutes. I need to get into that. Actually, let me look at the lists. I have to remember exactly what games were announced. I think there was a new thing for Warframe. Actually, let me look this up. Game Awards announcements. Oh yeah, then there was the split reality, split something. Um, from split something from no, split fiction. That was It Takes Two people. Which that game I liked a lot, so that might be fun. Oh yeah, they had new Ninja Gaiden game, which I haven't seen a Ninja Gaiden game since the Xbox 360. So that is really cool. Oh yeah, Slay the Spire 2. Granted, Slay the Spire 2's already been announced way before, but it was very nice to see some gameplay of it. Dave the Diver in the Jungle. I never played Dave the Diver, so I can't really say anything on that. Sadly for all you Hollow Knight fans, sadly no Silk Song still, which sucks. Let's see real quick. Yeah, I already said The Witcher 4. Oh yeah, the Elden Ring Night Ring. I've seen a lot of people being skeptical on this, but honestly, I'm pretty excited to at least try it. But it's gonna be a weird thing to where it's like a co-op survival Souls game. It's gonna be weird. I'm excited for it because I don't think they've had a single miss in their lifetime, so it should be fun. I mean, I'm excited for it at the very least. Granted, as long as it's like, doesn't cost me too much, I'll have fun with it. Yeah, no. They had Borderlands 4. Bro, bro, Borderlands, just let it die, man, or give it to a new company like Larian Studios, like people who actually care about their games, and not Randy, the beating man, Pitchford. Get rid of that man from reality, man. Dude, Borderlands 4, man. I'm not gonna buy it. If it's good, I'm gonna buy it. If it's bad, if it's even mediocre, I won't buy it. Actually, no, I will buy it if it's mediocre, because at the very least, it won't be Borderlands 3, where it's a garbage game, trash game, very, very, very bad game. Or Borderlands Tiny Tina. Trash. Trash. Borderlands 4, I have no hype for. I have nothing. And you know what? Only thing I liked, I'm gonna tell you this, only thing I liked about when I was watching the trailer, I think the gameplay actually looks very good for Borderlands standards. And I will say, I did like that instead of showing the annoying dialogue that will eventually be in the game, they kind of gave a sense of a grittier game, which I think that's what Borderlands needs. You know, Borderlands has always been like obviously the like it's always been seen as the haha comedy game, but like there's always been Borderlands, especially Borderlands 1 and a bit of Borderlands 2 and a bit of the pre-sequel. There's always been like a kind of grittiness about the games, like to where obviously there was the jokes and all that stuff that were funny, and you know we go through it, but there was kind of always a sense of, you know, whenever you read into like the world itself, you always realize that there was a lot more. There's a lot more, I guess, psychological horror that was in those worlds. Like Borderlands 1 felt like a very Mad Maxy, you know, kind of lonesome apocalypse type feel. And looking into like the world itself that the games for Borderlands 1, 2, and the pre-sequel had, there was just a lot of love and like care put into like how tragic like the Borderlands actually are, like Pandora actually is. You know, like Pandora is not a place where oh you get a haha funny psycho. This psycho's been was a victim of all these nomads, all these stuff are just victims of mining companies and corporate greed infesting the planet and stuff like that. It was stuff that was actually like gritty and very like heartbreaking and very like disturbing to see. But now, for like after Borderlands 3 and all that stuff, all it's become is just a like a kid. I always felt it whenever I was playing Borderlands 3. It always felt like they wanted to treat the audience like a kid, like they wanted to treat it like a little baby who was like still not able to walk. They're like giving like poop jokes every 2 seconds, and I hated it. I absolutely hated it. Same with Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Literally just treat you like a baby. I'm hoping that they stick with this gritty aspect for Borderlands 4. If they do, I think the game will be good. If they like give it to because what I've always wanted to see with the game, and granted, there's been games like Hollow Knight and all that stuff that does this well. Just like limit the dialogue. Like literally, that's what made Borderlands. Like even though Borderlands 2 had a lot of dialogue, obviously you'd have, they limited the jokes down to like every once in a while. You still were focused on the story. Obviously there'd be some like light puns thrown in, but there'd still be some sense of urgency. Like I want to see that for Borderlands 4 where like we stick to this like less colorful, like more ambient and dark type feel. I'm just saying what I'd love for the Borderlands series to go to where it takes itself seriously instead of trying to be a rom-com for a 90s to 70s movie. Because like that's what Borderlands has turned into in the past while. It's just turned into something that's just become a rom-com sitcom, a laugh track. And that's literally, I swear there has to be a mod that just has a laugh track. I would love to see that. But no. I need to get out of this tangent. I've been on this tangent for 6 fucking minutes. Holy cow. Okay, get off that. Why have I been on that rant for so long? Oh my goodness. Yeah, like I said, there's Turok Origins, which is gonna be great. Project Sentry looked pretty good. It looked kind of like a mix of Yakuza, and I'm really excited for that. Oh yeah, Splitgate 2. I'm pretty excited to play a free-to-play thing, just reviving Splitgate, because Splitgate's kind of dead right now, but I really like that game. Oh yeah, Stage Fright. Looks okay. Oh yeah, Sonic Racing. A new Sonic Racing game. Let's look. Yeah, that's about really what I could say, honestly. That's all I was really interested in. Before I got into the rant about Borderlands. I thought it was a pretty good year for this. Granted, I do think the Game Awards, like games specifically, I think specifically all of those games were not in my top. All of those games except for Balatro, for me personally, did not feel like Game of the Year type contenders. Like honestly, like none of them really felt like special. Like Astrobot just it was like a oh, fun. It was a fun game, but it just didn't. It just kind of felt like a, I don't know, like I was just going through a catalog of history. Just platforming. I mean, Black with Wukong. I mean, I played it at a friend's once. I mean, hey, I can't say anything on it because I didn't play it, but it looked decent. But it looked a bit clunky. I don't know. Like Balatro is literally a phenomenon. I don't know. I feel like definitely seeing. I feel like the game that had the most passion behind it was definitely like Nine Souls. That game definitely should have been up there instead of what was the other one? Was it what was the other what was the other what was the fifth game up there? Oh my goodness, it was so bad this year that I actually do not even know what was even the what was even. Oh yeah, Elden Ring for some reason. They should have just gotten rid of Elden Ring and replaced it with Nine Souls, because buddy, it's a DLC. I love Elden Ring. Elden Ring is one of my favorite games of all time. It should not be up there as a DLC should not be up to game of the year. Same with remake. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy. Buddy, remakes and and DLC should not be in a game of the year contender. Oh yeah, before I forget, also they did the Last of Us 2 remaster. Bro, I think Naughty Dogs is dead, man. Naughty Dogs is dead. The first Last of Us good. Second Last of Us okay. Now instead of releasing anything that's actually of any use other than the show, now they're just doing remasters just to get a little bit of extra cash that doesn't change anything except for like one accessibility setting. And buddy, it's only been 4 years since this Last of Us 2 released. It does not need a remake. It does not need a remaster or nothing. So why are we making remasters for 4-year-old games? It's like they're trying to find like an infinite money exploit. Or it's like after a year, it's soon just gonna be after every year, a game's just gonna be remastered. Like we're just gonna be getting like 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 what was it 2 years from now we're just gonna get Alan Wake 2 remake, which hey, I love Alan Wake, so I wouldn't complain. But still, I don't think remake should happen. I think only remake should happen. I don't think remaster should happen. You know what ruined Dark Souls 1 remaster for me? It objectively made the game worse, in my opinion. It objectively ruined the game. It ruined a lot of things in the game, like made some things just stop working, which I found really annoying. Honestly, I really think that remakes are something that I love. Like, I mean, let's look at Silent Hill 2 remake, really good. Or the Resident Evil remakes, really, really, really good. Except for 3, because that one sucked. Yeah, I really think remakes are where we should be going. Remasters are useless, and they're just money cash grabs. Like let's see. The Red Dead Redemption 1 remaster. You know what we could have done instead of making a $5 remaster? I mean, granted, I'm glad it's on PC now after so many years, but still, it should have been a remake. It should have been remaking it into the what was it? The Red Dead Redemption 2 engine, which granted I know that's hard, but it'd be awesome. It would be freaking awesome to see that. Cuz like they've already got all the movements down, so like why wouldn't they? It'd be a no-brainer to like do that. I know it'd cost money. I know it'd cost money, man, but like seriously, don't us fans deserve some good stuff before GTA 6? Which by the way, literally no games are releasing except for GTA 6 by late next year. No one wants to compete with the giant. And honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm probably not even going to play GTA 6 until like 3 years after its release. I'm going to watch Vanos gaming videos of it because I'm going to love it. But nah, I can't. I bet my PC would actually explode playing that game. And I've got a pretty good PC, but that thing would go trying to run that game. Man, I don't really know if there's much else to say. I mean, oh yeah. For the best adaptation, Fallout should not have won that. It should have easily been Arcane. It should have easily been Arcane. Fallout was good, but buddy, how are you going to be making a live action show that obviously had a great bit of passion to it, but it was only, like it was a pretty good show, like an 8 out of 10. How are you going to be giving the award to that over something that had millions of dollars, like spend on it, like animation wise and story wise, like incredible characters, incredible just story, everything. How are you gonna be? How are you gonna be making something that was kind of like an like an 8 out of 10 show, like a good show? How are you gonna be making that win over fucking Arcane? Probably the greatest video game adaptation ever made, in my humble opinion. How are you gonna be making that win over that? How are you gonna be making Fallout win over that? I don't get it. My man Todd Howard was even shocked. Granted, he was short, so we couldn't really see his reaction because he was all the way down here. Bro was literally as tall as the mic stand. I hate Todd Howard. Dude makes only slop. The greatest game he ever made was Fallout 3 and just Fallout 3. I'm not even gonna include Skyrim. No, Oblivion 2. Oblivion and Morrowind. I don't even like Skyrim. I don't even like Skyrim. Man, that pissed me off when I saw it. That really pissed me off. That was where I was like, this is rigged, bro. There is no way anyone in their right mind would be voting for Fallout over Arcane. There is no universe. Like, I can't wait to see season 2. Season 2 is going to be great. It's going to be amazing. When we see gosh dang New Vegas in full beauty. That's going to be beautiful. Granted, until they might potentially ruin that because of, Fallout New Vegas fans going to be blowing them up. Nah. Yeah. Definitely, that was the worst part of the Game Awards that year. But yeah, no, I have really nothing else to say. Snoop Dogg thing was funny. I mean, it was kind of a bop. Although some of the stuff was kind of cringy with those, I think it was those two ladies for Last of Us 2 Remaster. They were just kind of making really cringy jokes. I mean, hey, I have no problem, making a goofy little bit, but that that was uncomfortably long. Like, cause it was like revealing like the best something action or something like that. I forget exactly what it was. And these like ladies were just like sitting there for 10 minutes, just going back and forth with absolutely awful jokes. I mean, look. I'm not saying anything with this. I'm just saying this is why you don't write jokes. This is why you don't write jokes. This is exactly why jokes are something that's supposed to be made up on the spot and not something that you find on ifunny.com. Anyway, that's about it. See ya, boys.